Yeah.
There's no way we could have. I mean, we could have,
Yeah, we could
but
have, but I'm glad
you
you
know,
said, yo, I want to get it done today. I was like, hey, listen,
yeah,
we both got the time, so let's do it. Thank you
yeah.
so
Let's
much.
get it done. Well,
Yes.
I'm definitely happy to have you here. It's been one of those years.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're in a new year now.
Yeah.
We have a chance to make it right. You know.
Yeah,
How you
absolutely.
doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm high right now, you know.
I hear, I hear, and I
Yes.
saw.
Ah,
Congratulations,
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's
congratulations.
what I'm high off of that. I'm high off of
And you did a great job. It
that.
was
Thank
it
you
was very
so
nice
much.
watching you do your thing.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
I mean,
Notori was there, uh,
mm-hmm.
Ghost's wife, and she was checking
Yeah,
me out in the monitors because they got monitors there on the set. She wasn't there all day, but then she just ended up showing up. So she was watching my
really
performance while I was doing it. So once
great.
I finished and I rapped, she was like, "Good job, you did a real good job." I was like, "Oh,
Did.
thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it."
And we finally got you here today. Now, PR Magazine has a lot of readers, and I've been kind of putting the buzz out there that you're going to be here today.
Wow,
So,
thank you.
very excited to have you. Very excited to have you. I just want to know, how do you sleep? How do
How
you
do
sleep
I?
with all the things that you got going on?
Uh,
How get some rest?
oh boy, I sleep. I don't know if I get 8 hours of sleep a night, but
Mhm.
I sleep. I try. I try. But the work
You
got to get
clearly,
done. Somebody got to do it, right?
yeah, you clearly got some things going on. I've been seeing you everywhere, all types of films and around you. This is the deal. The amazing web series that you are in. Can
Yes.
you please tell people about In Vain? I really want to get that out there because right now we're about to embark on something totally different.
Yes. Okay, so In Vain is a movie that Ray Lute and I are working on. It's a vampire movie. So I play a doctor by the name of Dr. Noah Clark. So I was very excited when he told me what the role was going to be because
Wow.
it's something different for me, and I love taking on different roles and different characters. So it's kind of not really out of the box, but out of the box from what you usually see me
Right.
do on Forced to Sin, because a lot of people are used to me from Forced to Sin being that mean guy. But
Mm-hmm. Now,
Dr.
see,
Clark,
we're
Dr.
gonna
Clark
get to
isn't
that
so
in a
mean.
minute.
No.
We're gonna get to that in a minute.
Yeah. So we're currently shooting for In Vain, and
Mm-hmm.
it's coming out really, really good. It's coming out, and we're having a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You played a role on Foster Sin that you just mentioned, and a lot of people that haven't seen Foster Sin yet. What would you want to tell them about Foster Sin? Because
Okay.
I'm hooked. So
Thank you. First of all, thank you for everyone that's been watching Foster Sin. Foster Sin is a series on Tubi right now.
mhm.
Um, it's about it's about foster kids. It's about foster
Right.
children, and it's about other. It's also about adults being who used to be in the foster care system and how their lives turned out. And Ray Luke focuses on the kids and the adults. I
Mhm.
play a character by the name of Xavier,
Mhm.
and I
Mhm.
am a NYPD detective
Yep.
who gets himself in, in some things, some troubles that
Crazy stuff.
he can always get himself out of.
Right.
He's not very liked. Those of you who
Mhm.
watch the show, I hear y'all out there. I see your comments on social media about
Yeah.
how much you hate Xavier.
I mean, that means you're doing your job.
Yes, that means I'm doing a good job.
Mhm.
So thank you for hating him. I'm gonna. We're currently shoot. We have two seasons,
Right.
season one and season two. They're both on Tubi TV right now, and we're up to episode 6 in season
Mhm.
two, and
Right.
episode 7 will be out in a couple weeks. That's gonna be the finale.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be the finale episode. So
I'm
please look
excited.
out for that, please.
I'm excited. And now tell me a time when you stepped out into your dream. That moment you stepped out into, what was it like? Like, what were you feeling when you finally said, "This is it for me"?
It's funny. Like I told you, I'm a singer as well, but
Mm-hmm.
when
Uh-oh.
I stepped out into my acting dream,
Mm-hmm.
a friend of mine, his name is Jamar Green.
Mm-hmm.
Him and I grew up as kids making videos with the big VHS video camcorders that you got to hold on your shoulder.
I
Uh,
remember those. But
yeah,
please,
okay,
don't put
yeah, all right. We're not gonna give him all that.
I'm
So,
I'm still young.
yeah, all right, me too. Yeah, me too. So, so it started out that way in the streets of Brooklyn. Me and my friends just playing around with the camera, and
Mm-hmm.
Jamar Green used to rap, and I would sing. So one day I was on the
Wow.
phone with him, and he told me, "Listen, I'm putting my hand out in this acting thing, man." I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Really? Oh, okay,
Wow.
all right. Well, do your thing, man. Good luck." And then all of a sudden, boom! Within a year or two, he was everywhere, everywhere. So that really, really, really motivated me because he's actually one of my good friends. So I called him up and I said, "Listen, man, I see you out there. What do I need to do?" Because I knew I had the talent, and I was already acting in church, on
Right.
stage at church and things of that nature. But I wanted to, get out of the church, obviously, and do some other things. So
Mm-hmm.
he gave me the information I needed,
Right.
and here I
That-
am. I followed in his footsteps. He was my mentor. He's still my mentor. I call him up. We talk almost every day about the business and how things should be going. As y'all already know, right now it's a little slow due to COVID.
Yeah, yeah. And the hardest part about that is that a lot of people think that there's still no work. If you look hard enough, there is work out there.
Yeah.
If you look hard enough, and I know that you guys are feeling it, but and you still got to take precautions. You still have to do the 6 foot thing, but you're working.
Yes.
You're still working.
Yes.
You're still
Yes.
working. Now, the hardest thing for you was to break in to the business, or was it more so meeting the right people?
I think it was meeting meeting the right people because
Mm-hmm.
you have to pitch yourself, and there's
Mm-hmm.
so many different companies to pitch
Yeah.
yourself to, and you're gonna hear no, or you might not hear any responses at all.
So
Most of the times, we don't get a response at all. They don't even bother to say,
it means
"Listen,
no. Yeah,
right, that me right." As
it's
as
a
a
no.
wonderful person in my life told me, no response is a response.
It is, and that's a fact.
Isn't
That
it a
is a
fact?
fact.
That is
Yeah,
a
that's, you gotta learn.
yes. Yes, you've got to learn. And I was on live with Ray last night, actually, and I was telling some of the other up and coming actors, you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
have to learn to cope with a lot of rejection.
Mm-hmm.
But uh, all it takes is that one yes after you hear
Make
all
it
those
work.
no's.
It's true, and that something that you thought that could not have been done. Has there been something along the lines, not just
Yeah.
acting,
Uh
but
huh.
there had to be something else
Hmm.
that you thought you could not do
Wow.
that you did. You know?
Yeah. I'm into several other things. Like I coach a basketball team. Yeah, teenagers
Okay,
between the
okay.
ages between the ages of 11 and about 15 and 16 and stuff like that. So dealing I deal with kids. It wasn't until I had my son that I decided to start, my own basketball team. But if you're gonna ask me if there was something that I thought I couldn't do, I knew I could probably do it, but I had to go out there and make the connections and
Right.
use my resources.
Mhm.
And now I've been running a basketball team for the past, I would say, 4 years now.
That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
is great.
Kids.
Are you still pulling in kids, or you have your?
Yes.
Oh, you are.
Oh my gosh, my inbox is full. Part of the reason why the kids want to play so much now is because a lot of teams aren't playing at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, a
That
lot of
is.
things aren't going on. So yeah, the kids want to play.
And what's your process behind role preparation? What do
Oh
you
wow.
do? you go, like before you go into the whole set situation, your mind has to be ready, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
how do you prepare yourself for?
Um, you usually I'm prepared. I come in, I'm ready for whatever the task is. Once I meet my scene partner,
Uh-oh.
uh, then because I always give this advice, you can't when you learn your lines, you can't be stuck to the way like some people like to do their
Yeah.
lines in the mirror.
Okay.
Oh, so they're reading their lines in the mirror and they're looking in the mirror and say, I'm gonna do it this way. And I'm
Hmm.
stuck to this way of doing it. You can't do that.
Right.
Once you get to the set and you meet your scene partner, whatever, the whole energy is different
Hmm.
than when you were standing in the mirror at home.
True.
You know
That
about
is true.
right. You know about
That
energy
is,
different. So you have to go. Sometimes you have to go off of the energy that someone else gives you, or the energy and vibe that the place
wow.
gives you.
Wow.
Yes,
That's crazy.
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
mean, there are no real rules, is what you're saying, right?
Right. No. Right. No. Right. So it don't do it in the mirror. I mean, you can look. You learn your lines, but just learn the lines. Don't
Okay.
don't learn it. Don't say I'm gonna say it this way, and I'm gonna because it might change. Everything's subject to change.
That's crazy. I
Yeah.
never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Never. A lot of people do misconstrue different things in life, and that
Yeah.
goes for people.
Yes.
Goes for people. But let me ask you, how do you? Is there a myth? And I'm getting off the track just
That's
a
all
little
right.
bit. A
That's
little bit.
fine with me. You know, I'll talk all day.
Is there a myth about women that you found to be untrue?
Oh. Let me see. A myth about
Because there's a
women.
lot of myths. There's a lot of myths about the men now.
Oh.
But I'm gonna tell you, when I got married, and this is a true story, when I got married is when I really learned
Right.
that men and women think differently.
Yeah, we really do.
We really do. And I get that a lot from my husband. He's like, you know,
Yes, we
we
really
think
do.
different. We think different. And that's not just something to say. That's not
Right.
just something to cop out. It's
Right.
something that's facts.
I agree with you.
So, you know,
One. I mean, I don't know if this is a myth or not, but if you think that a woman is weak, you're wrong. I'll tell you that. I grew up in a house full of women, and women are very, very strong, and y'all take a lot.
mhm,
And like you said, men and women are different. Women take a lot.
right, right.
Take a lot. Y'all take
That's
a
crazy.
lot.
Right. So the three people in your life along the way that really meant something or built you up to who you are,
Yeah.
who are those three people that helped you to stay focused?
Oh wow. Well, I would say, oh, absolutely, my wife, because my wife, she's so supportive. And
Wow.
nobody's an overnight success, so she has to put up with the,
Mhm.
hey, I'm going here and I'm going
Right.
there. I'm going
She's doing a lot.
exactly. She's like, oh God, you going again? You going again? Yeah, I got to go do this. I got to do that. Sometimes she doesn't understand
Hmm.
why I do some of the things that I do, but she supports me. Uh,
Hmm.
I would definitely say my wife.
Hmm.
Um, when my mother was alive, she definitely just watching my mother, how hard she worked. Like she was a single mother. So,
Hmm.
and it was me and my two sisters and my brother. And she did everything, double shifts, working. I would barely see her. All she could do was work.
Yeah. To
You
make sure everything stays
to,
afloat. Yeah.
there you go. So,
Yeah.
sometimes when you work so much,
Hmm.
you don't really get to be that involved in your children's
That's
life.
true.
Yes,
That is true. That
all
is true.
every day.
I have to agree with you on that.
Yes, yes, absolutely. She's working, and she made sure everything was taken care of,
Right.
and I really appreciate her for that. The third person I would have to say is when he was alive, my dad.
Hmm.
He worked hard
Hmm.
as well.
Right.
I would see him from time to time, but when I did see him, I knew, he was a hard worker, and he tried his
Yeah.
best. He tried it. He tried his best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
That's what
fat.
you. That's where we put things.
Right.
There is a certain level of understanding and a certain level of care at the same time, where
Yes.
you cannot. It's past. It's gone. You
Yes.
cannot continue to pull that, pull it
Yes.
back. No, I have to ask you this because I always ask people this question.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Hmm.
what would you rate our president right now?
Trump. You said right now, right? I'm like Trump. Oh wait, hold on. My man ain't get in yet. No. Ain't Biden in there? It's January. He ain't get it. No. Let me see. Trump on
Too much.
a scale of 1 to 10. Oh wow, man. I mean, I'll give him a 5. Because he is the
Well,
president.
at least you gave him a 5.
Right, right. Because I mean,
That's
he's
that's something, you know.
that's new, right?
I
You thought
wanna
you were gonna
I
give him
wanna
one.
ask you why he got such a high number, but
Well, I give him a 5. I don't know. Maybe I give him an E for effort. So I give him a 5 for effort.
woo, well,
Oh my.
guess what?
Yeah.
He could take his E
Yeah. And step.
and go out. That's
Yeah,
good enough.
absolutely, man.
That's good. And what do you wish you've known right after you graduated from high school? What would you go back and change? Because I know
What would
did you do the whole cap and gown
I
thing in high school?
no, I didn't do the cap and gown. I don't think I would change anything. I mean, it sounds kind of cliche-ish. I wouldn't change anything because all the
Right.
things that happened to me in the past made me the man I am
Well,
today. But
yeah,
but it's
I mean, unless you had some really hard times as a
right.
kid. Only
I here's what I would change, and I got to be honest. I got to be honest. I'm not gonna give you that cliche answer. What I would change, I would have started what I'm doing
Mhm.
now back then. I had the talent.
That's crazy.
Yeah. This
That
talent
is
just this talent just didn't come out of nowhere.
right.
I would have
Wow.
started you said out of high school, right? Yep. I would have
Directly out of high school.
right.
Directly.
Yep, I
Yeah.
would have started. I would have started. See, the kids now are different than we were back in the
You
day.
telling me?
The
Yes,
kid, my
they are.
son, my son is 13 and he makes beats and he's a blogger and
Right.
all
That's
that stuff,
way beyond,
way
way
beyond
beyond
what we was doing.
years of what we were doing.
Right, and then but
Life.
another, I'll tell you though, I'll tell you this. And I don't know how you're gonna feel about this because my our parents are Caribbean. So don't get me wrong. I was trying to do certain things with my talent, but my
But
Caribbean mother wasn't hearing it.
I am so with you on that. God,
She don't want to hear
God.
that. You do. I used to be an excellent artist. I used to draw all that foolishness,
It was all about school.
all
You're
about
not
school.
focusing. You're not focusing on your work.
Right, right, exactly, right, exactly. Like it was impossible for us to do both.
Right.
Right? They
And you
they
could not.
they, they
You
felt
could
that we
not.
couldn't balance it. So, like I
Yeah.
said, these kids now, because I always say this, and we love our parents. Yes, we love
Mm-hmm.
what our parents. They did the best that they could do with what they knew, but some of
Mm-hmm.
the things that they did, we sometimes do the total opposite because we didn't like it. So now
And
with
that was
our
called
children,
rebelling. That was
right,
called rebelling.
right,
Right.
right,
And
right,
you know why I can really relate to
mhm,
that because I couldn't articulate it back then. I
right.
didn't really know what I was doing, but I knew that I wanted to do the opposite.
Yes, yes, exactly. You want to do the opposite. So now with
Mm-hmm.
our children, like, okay, so I mean, they say the kids nowadays are spoiled. Degree, I honestly believe that they are spoiled, and I say that because our kids are spoiled now because yes, we do spoil them because when we was
Right,
younger, we didn't get spoiled.
right,
So we don't
right,
want them to have
right.
that feeling that we had when we was younger. That's why
Mhm.
my son has like 10 pair of sneakers. My mother would never. And it's not
Take
that she
that.
didn't have it's not that she didn't have the money. She just not buying me 10 pair of
Not
sneakers.
doing it.
Not
She's not
doing
doing
it.
not doing it. But you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? What my mother used to do,
Hmm.
she wouldn't get what they had for
Hmm.
us.
Hmm.
But she would get something different.
Yes.
That's what caused my wardrobe to look different.
But that's
Like
good.
if they had black alligator shoes, she would get purple for me. What would you change about yourself?
Uh, I think that I would be a lot more outgoing. Yeah.
And I
Listen, I wasn't. I mean, I was. I mean, I kind of was always like this, but I wasn't. I wasn't always like, the way I am now. When you get older, you kind of find yourself more. So yeah, I was a little shy, a little bit. I would have been. I would have definitely been more outgoing. If I
okay.
could change anything, it would definitely be that more outgoing. And matter of fact, this is gonna trump what I just said.
Oh,
I would be a little bit more tougher. If I Yes, I would be more tough. I would I would say no more if I if I could,
okay.
exactly. So sometimes when you say yes too much, what they say, nice guys finish last. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I've had some of those
That's true.
experiences. Yeah, I've had those experiences of being the nice guy and always laughing and joking and playing around, and people feel that they could trample all over you because of that. So I would, if I could change anything, and like I said, I go back to women because I learned a lot of that from my wife, just being a little tougher and a little
Right.
bit more, because let's say, okay, so let's say me and my wife walk into a place. Me, when
Mm-hmm.
I get in there, I'm, hey, ah! And then my wife,
She's observing.
yes. So
Right.
so sometimes being this guy, hey, that opens you up to
Yeah.
certain things,
So
and
I mean,
people.
and I I have to say that you and your wife, that's the team that people need.
So
Because I know
you know.
the Pisces are the ones that are they can also they can pull it back now.
Oh,
They know when to,
absolutely. Mhm.
but there are times where they may turn around and they may not know if that person is their real friend.
Yeah.
They may not see it.
They don't. Right.
Right. They may not see it, but because the Aries, my husband, he's the one that sees it.
My wife sees it. She's a Cancer, and she sees it.
Oh, yeah.
Everything she tells me
Yeah.
comes to pass.
Yeah.
Everything. I don't like
Right.
that guy. This person is full
Mhm.
of crap. And I'm like, oh, come on, baby. Nah, they cool, man. They
And
cool.
she's
Everybody
right.
cool. Everybody
And she's
cool.
right. Mhm. She's right.
Yep.
She's right. And I
Yep.
love that. I love that. I might get upset sometimes with him,
Me
but
too.
in the end, I will say, "Oh, I don't need that person in my life," or
Right.
"This is not good for me."
Yes.
So during the pandemic, let me ask you, what did you learn during this time? Really learn? Like, was it to love your family more? Was it to be closer to your family, your wife, your kids?
Yeah.
What did you learn more?
I was gonna say that. My kids and my wife, because before the pandemic, and this goes for all of us, before the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
I was all over the place. Right or wrong, wasn't we? We was
Right.
all, oh, I
I
gotta get
was.
this. I gotta do this. I got this project. I
I
gotta do
was too.
all over,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a
I
sudden,
was.
boom. So now
Mm-hmm.
y'all forced to be in the house together and
Mm-hmm.
talk and
That's
watch
right.
movies and cook and spend time
That's right.
together and stuff like that. So I learned how to cherish my family. My
That's right.
family. It reminded me that
Mm-hmm.
it reminded me that after everything is said and done, after you out there and you doing this show and people loving
Right.
you and this,
Mm-hmm.
after all that, when you just come home to your family, that's the most
Mm-hmm.
important thing because they're gonna be there.
That's crazy. That is insane.
Yeah.
And what would you tell your sons? What's your motto? What's your
Oh,
motto?
my motto, my motto is to remain humble. Remain humble through it all. with the kids that I work with. I got some kids on my basketball team. And like I
Right.
told you, they're like 13, 14. And sometimes I see them losing themselves because they're real good players. Then you got people, showing them the love and the respect and all that. And sometimes it tend to go to their head.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell them,
Mm-hmm.
I said, you got to remain humble. Even with me, I might book a show here, be on ABC, be on Netflix. All that could go away.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
some guys, they get a little bit of notoriety, a little
Yeah,
bit of buzz here and there, and then it start going to their head. It can be
it's
all
true.
taken away.
I'm very blessed to have a young lady that I don't have to pull back.
Yeah, good, good, good.
You
Thank God.
know,
Right.
I don't have to pull her back because she realizes that this is not forever.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Because that's not easy to do.
No.
Sometimes people got to do it for you, and you be like, oh,
Oh,
okay,
right. Humble, be humble or get humbled.
right,
somebody,
right.
somebody will humble you. Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Tell us something. Tell us, what do you expect within the next 5 years in your career? What do you expect? I don't want to make it too hard on you. No, next 5 months. Let's go easy.
Oh, okay. I was talking to myself the other day, and I was giving myself some goal lines, and I definitely I see at least two movies,
Wow.
and one thing that I'm really, really, really working on is to pick up a series regular.
Mm,
Yeah, a series regular. A series regular is going to change my life.
mm.
Series
Right.
regular is going to change.
A series. So the point of the matter is that you are a fantastic actor. That's
Thank
number
you.
one. I say that. So you have to make sure at this point in time that they keep seeing. I don't care if they get tired of you. They keep seeing you.
Right.
Keep seeing you. Keep
Yeah.
seeing you. At some point, because a good friend of mine, her brother,
Mhm.
I don't know if you heard of Mr. Goodwin.
Yeah.
He
Sounds familiar. He's
Malcolm
in
Goodwin,
Malcolm
good
Goodwin.
friend
He's
of
in
mine,
everything.
her brother,
Uh-huh.
and he's on a lay low. But he is in everything.
Everything. That's the goal. Be in
Got to
everything.
be in everything. Hmm. But he's still able to live his life.
Well, that's a good part too.
Hmm.
I was talking to Ray last night on live. I said, you can be an actor. You don't have to
Hmm.
be, just because you're not on TV doesn't mean you're not an actor. You
Right.
can be an actor
That's
that's never been on TV before. Also, you can be an actor that no one has ever heard of. And like you said, Mr. Goodwin is in everything,
hmm.
right? He's
Hmm.
acting, and
Hmm.
he's getting paid to act.
Hmm.
That's
That's
the
right.
goal.
Right.
So he doesn't
Right.
need he doesn't need to be, the Denzel Washington or the Will Smith or nothing. Like, you don't
Yeah.
need to be,
Exactly.
right.
Exactly. I wish you everything that you can possibly imagine, and dreams and visuals and stepping out on your faith.
Yes.
Um, and I appreciate you for meeting with me today.
Oh man, thank you for having me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Where can we find you on social media?
Oh, Colin Kilkenny on all social media platforms. COLINKILKENNY. There's not that many Colin Kilkennys in the world. There's probably like
Yeah, you
4 or 5
can
of them. Right. There's
find.
probably like, if you Google my name, maybe 5 of
Wow,
us will come up. Me and some other Irish guys, but
that's
there's
funny.
definitely no black Colin Kilkenny.
That
I'm the
is
only
funny.
one. I'm the
That's
only one.
hilarious because I have thousands of Nicole Nortons out there. The only thing that differentiates me from them is my middle initial,
Uh-huh.
S. Evans, a hyphen married name.
Right.
So they looking at me in a lineup. No, no, you could go home.
Right.
We don't want you. We want her.
Right. That's funny. My
Yeah.
wife's name is Nicole Dixon.
Well, lucky for her,
Well, she
Dixon
got
is
a
not as. Norton is like some type
Yeah.
of Irish name or whatever. I
No,
don't
yeah,
know.
it is. It is. It is. It is. Just like Kilkenny. Kilkenny is some Irish. I wonder if it's a Guyanese thing because Kilkenny
Oh,
is.
Fuck you doing? She getting searched, so she ain't getting in.
Don't trip, Al. We good. Do your job. Don't be stupid, nigga.
You good? Nah, homie. Just her.
He ain't interested. You clogging up the lanes, huh? Better move along.
So I'm just saying, I don't know. I waited. I called his house. And I waited 6 hours. I waited in that train.